Survival horror addict Mike Huber, blood type AB, has been ruminating on the inevitability of Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil has a long and storied history that spans nearly 2 decades, which can be both a blessing and a curse. Capcom has tried to appeal to the West with the most recent entries, but the results lacked focus. Resident Evil 6 strayed further away from what made Resident Evil great in the first place, namely horror and pacing. Many believe Resident Evil 4 is the best entry in the franchise, but it undoubtedly marks the beginning of the end for fans of the original trilogy. With a heavy emphasis on action and explosions. Resident Evil 5's African setting was set in broad daylight and supposed to replicate Black Hawk Down, while Resident Evil 6's China segment would have made Michael Bay jealous, which is probably not a good thing. When so many people and monsters are dying at an accelerated rate, it lessens the emotional weight attached when dispatching an enemy. That first lone zombie in Resident Evil was so terrifying because it was intimate, even amidst the B-movie schlock.
Where's Barry?
No.
Resident Evil 7 needs to get back to the basics. A greater emphasis on atmosphere, tension, and pacing would help instill the sense of dread and fear we all know Resident Evil is capable of. The first step would be to focus on a single-player campaign. It's much harder to be scared when you have a buddy watching your back, talking your ear off over the headset.
Just give me a minute.
We want to be exploring through the unknown alone, with nothing but the sounds of shambling teasing danger around every corner. Capcom doesn't have to abandon co-op altogether. Instead, make it a side campaign, with new separate characters from the main storyline, as not to encroach.
We don't have any contingency plans for this situation, do we?
Fixed cameras may be a thing of the past, but they are what this franchise was founded upon. It would be incredible to have a section of the game that brought them back, even if it was for a brief moment. It would be a nice tribute to fans of the older titles, with all the cinematic potential to scare the crap out of us if used in the right situation. Maybe when we stumble upon an old mansion, or police station perhaps. What better way is there to keep fans happy than to bring back a long-dormant character? We're looking at you, Barry Burton.
Jill, go and investigate.
Leon and Chris have been used to death. Barry is a fan favorite, but has been largely absent. His trusty Python only holds 6 rounds, a perfect fit for a game that should be about having to manage your ammunition. The game could serve as a prequel and sequel to the existing timeline, utilizing flashbacks to show where Barry has been all this time. And it would be a way to bring back the iconic series antagonist Albert Wesker, who was severely missed in Resident Evil 6. Who the hell is this Simmons character anyway?
Simmons?
801.
Despite the series going down an action-oriented path, the quality hasn't diminished, with the exception of Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil Revelations was released that same year to a warm response because it scaled down the action and focused more on horror. There is still hope for diehards because apparently Capcom is listening. Former marketing boss Michael Pattison was quoted saying, "You'll find where we go next will likely be more targeted at our core fanbase."
I would expect you to be happier to see us.